Meridian.com. Catch Mornings in Meridian, weekdays from 7 to 9 on Meridian's News Talk, 102.1 WALT.
Well, folks, good morning. Welcome in. It is Mornings in Meridian here on this kind of dreary, rainy Thursday morning. And I hope you're having a great start to your 5th day of December 2024. And of course, you can stay connected to the show by being a part of it at 601-485-9191. Of course, we are online at WALTmeridian.com. That's WALT mobile app. Search for it and download it and listen on the go on your smart device. And, of course, on Facebook Live, YouTube, and at 102.1. So hope you're having a good start to the morning. Roger's going to be off for a few days. I'll be back middle of next week. But you got Rob here behind buttons. And joining me this morning for a Thursday co-hosting spot is Paul Tarver.
Hey, y'all, it's Paul.
Hello.
How are you?
I was about to say Dr. Paul Tarver.
Yeah, well, I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I don't own it, but I'll take it. I actually have a BS degree, which literally hangs on my wall. I have a Bachelor of Science, which, yeah.
It was that degree. Okay.
So I can fake it, whatever you need me to be.
Fake it till you make it. That's what I always say. But
I kept thinking that Southern would call me up one day and say, "Oh, you're such a fabulous media mogul here. We're going to get you an honorary doctorate."
Honorary doctorate. The commencement.
That didn't happen. They didn't ask me to come.
Not yet. Let's cover this morning. Hey, with the Navy coming up in about 20 minutes. So we're going to talk with the Marine Instructor of the Year.
Wow.
They're on board NAS Meridian. Sergeant Hunter Hill will be stopping by to see us coming up a little more than 20 minutes away after a Fox News break. And, of course, your phone calls at 485-9191. A lot to cover this morning. A big local story involving the City Council from earlier this week that we'll talk about here in just a few moments, involving a water well project at the North Plant in Meridian. And we'll quote the article from the Meridian Star that was published this morning. Also, a lot of national stories. Pete Hegseth, temperature starting to rise on that story. Of course, the shooting that happened in New York yesterday with the CEO of United. I mean, the footage. When I saw the footage yesterday, I think Clay Travis released it online. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was chilling.
Very chilling stuff. And also a story we have not gotten a chance to get to this week. We've just been pretty busy with other stories going on in the area. I'm pretty sure you saw the COVID report that was released earlier this week. I kind of want
topics.
Yeah. I want to get into that coming up a little bit later on in the show. But 485-9191, currently 55 degrees. A little drizzle out there, and it's going to get down into the mid-20s tonight. So,
look, folks, be careful this morning. It's a little slick out there.
It is.
The roads are wet, even if it's not raining. So pretend like it's raining and drive a little slower.
Yeah, the rain, I thought it was going to get here a little earlier than it did last night. And it got here, I think I walked the dog. It was like maybe 5, 6 o'clock. It got to our house, and it was just kind of a little light drizzle, and same thing this morning.
Well, when I went to bed last night, they were saying it was supposed to roll in between 3 and 4, but I don't think it came then. I think it was a little bit after.
Yeah, exactly. So do be very careful out there. This is obviously rolling as obviously school's getting set for a Christmas break coming up real soon as well. Well, before we get too deep into the show, we need to thank our good friends down at Barber and Sons Plumbing.
Barber and Sons Plumbing. I got to tell you what, people. I've been using these folks for years. They do business with me. I do business with them, and I think it's just this appreciation for what they know and what they can do, for what needs you have if the water is not going where it's supposed to go in your house. I've even been in a situation where I have, because of my building, at my office, at home, I got multiple toilets you have to take care of. So if you have one, go down, get 2 replacement kits.
You never know.
You never know. But if you need something, it doesn't matter if it's a drippy water faucet or if it's a toilet that's not working right, go down there. Gary will not only give you the part you need to fix the problem, he can instruct you on what you need to do. And if you don't feel confident enough to actually have the great manpower to come out and do it for you, I've had them put in hot water heaters. These guys are like, boom, 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 they're done. I couldn't even audit as fast as they're done. Right? It's amazing how good. We even had them replace the toilets, come in and change, because we need the we're reaching that age where you need to work taller and all that kind of stuff. Those guys were in and out faster than you can believe. And you need to get people who do great work so you can trust the results. And you can do that at Barber and Sons. They're located at 1123 26th Avenue. If you haven't gone inside the place, you need to go. It's just to hang out with Gary for a while. It's a hoot. Gala is also a lot of fun, and you can go check it out. If you can't go there, you can give them a call at 601 482 723.
Absolutely, and I think I'm going to take the words of Hazmat from yesterday. So they put the plumbing in at Caesar's Palace in Rome.
Well, maybe the city council should have called them. About this plumbing problem they got.
Instead of borrowing $6.69 million.
I have a feeling Gary could pull this off for a little less. Maybe.
Yeah, I think they could have put the door down at. I'm picking scabs early.
I know. They're starting early.
See, when Roger's gone, it's like free will.
I can't wait any longer. I got to ask this question. Will this provide water and sewer to annexed portion of North Meridian? It's at North Station. I mean, they've been waiting a while. Is this part of that project?
Keep it close.
Okay.
I'll read the story coming up.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the phone line. Hey, caller, welcome in.
It won't provide equal point any plumbing and sewer, but it will. They do intend to raise the property tax.
Oh, there it is. Oh, man.
Chucky's on top of it.
He's on top of it.
I really don't know. I know they've been crying for. They got annexed 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And still don't have a lot of stuff to have.
It's,
that was nothing but a land grab.
Yeah.
If y'all remember the annexation of those people, that's the natural corridor growth of the city of Meridian. No, wasn't it a bunch of place where a bunch of folks tried to get out of city limits and go build their houses next to the city of Meridian? Well, there's a lot of money, property value on all these houses. Let's get this money out here. It's nothing but a money grab.
I remember when it went down, there was an awful lot of promises made, and tried to make people reassure people that things were going to happen like they were supposed to. That's why when I walked in this morning and Rob brought this up, that was my first question. Are those people going to get water and sewer?
I would question, how does a well cost $7 million? I mean, I don't know all there is to know. I'm ignorant of the whole situation. But, you don't trust them. You don't believe a word they say up on the front end. And then when you get to peeling back the onion, which is what you have to do, because they're not going to be forthcoming with information. And the more you peel, the more you think. But maybe this is up and up on the. They're doing it right. It's all good, but maybe it ain't. But
an onion is a good metaphor, because the more you peel it, the more you cry too.
Oof.
Yeah, it makes you cry. The more it costs you.
Yeah,
hey, look, COVID virus comes from a Wuhan lab. It's a man-made virus.
You don't
and
say.
Shocker!
China.
Oh, and guess what? We were investing in gain of function.
Shocker.
It didn't. So somebody can let the World Health Organization know, and let the idiot Democrats know. You didn't cross no daggone path. It was mandated it's a military weapon to be used in military disciplines, and that's what it's all about. And it probably don't hold a water to what they actually to the other ones they're working on, and the super COVID virus they worked on. So to kill people, China killed millions of people by doing this around the world, and was not held accountable in the first degree.
Well, doesn't it seem interesting that all of a sudden you're seeing all these big reports about these people who are also clamoring for pardons preemptively, like Fauci?
Right. Oh yeah, Fauci, of course.
Fauci wants a pardon preemptively because he's afraid Trump's going to come after him. I hope they're afraid. I hope they're staying up night. I hope they're worried to death about this.
Well, you say you don't weaponize it. No, but the people that committed crimes, you go after them.
I guess the science has caught up with the rest of us.
There you go.
Science deniers
follow the science.
Remember, what did President Trump do to the World Health Organization?
He tried to exit.
He pulled the funding.
Yeah,
he pulled the funding. They were more worried about offending. They were more worried about offending China than protecting the people of the world. So they didn't want to offend China and didn't blame them. Didn't let people know it was them and what they called. And Trump said, "We ain't got nothing to do with you bunch of clowns." And as soon as Biden gets back in there, he totally funds them again. So hopefully the World Health Organization won't be getting any other U.S. dollars as soon as Trump takes office.
The best.
Talk about today, will you?
All right, appreciate Chuck.
I got to say, the best thing I heard this week was when Trudeau in Canada went to hang out.
Oh gosh,
and he complained about the tariff. And Trump's like, "Well, if y'all can get away without, reaping us for $50 billion a year, maybe y'all should become a state, and we'll make you the governor."
51st state. Okay.
Immediately, literally, the internet can't be beat. Literally, in seconds of that, I started seeing maps of the United States and Canada with it all United States flags.
Classic. I love it. Getting back to the water wall project at the North Plant. Of course, this was discussed at the Meridian City Council meeting earlier this week. Just reading the article, I appreciate Thomas Howard and the work he does covering local stories here on the front page of the Meridian Star Top Gold. The Meridian Council on Tuesday gave engineers a green light to move forward with the installation of 2 new water wells at the city's North Freshwater Treatment Plant. It was a 4-1 vote, with Councilman Dwayne Davis voting no. The council approved an agreement with the Mississippi Department of Health for a $6.69 million loan through, this is a long title here, the Drinking Water Systems Improvements Revolving Loan Fund. Say that 3 times in a row.
I don't try.
The Drinking Water Systems Improvements Revolving Loan Fund.
What's the initials of that spell?
That's too much. Anyway, Jason of Kimley Horn, an engineering firm, contracted to help the city with projects relating to its physical water and sewer infrastructure, and the work will include installing the wells and approximately 5,000 feet of piping. Of course, Mr. Galt is quoted here in the paper. It says the project is the installation of 2 new wells and some transmission main to get it to the treatment plant. Meridian currently operates 3 wells at the North Freshwater Plant, which is responsible for supplying clean, potable water to homes and businesses on the north side of town. The dividing line between the north and south treatment plants is roughly around 20th Street, is what he said. Not all of the wells are created equal, however, and one of the 3 north plant wells is capable of producing twice the water as the other 2. Unfortunately, that well has had issues, and the city runs into capacity issues when it goes down. We just went through a similar situation where you had 2 wells down, and we're having to pump from the south to the north through the booster pump stations, he said. Adding the additional wells will provide the city with much needed redundancy in the 1 or more of the north plant wells go down. The city will see some financial help from the project, Galt said, of the $6.69 million. This is odd to me. Of that $6.69 million loan, $4.57 million will be forgiven, he said, leaving the city to pay back just $2.1 million. Essentially, we're 2/3 off of that amount. This is not something that happens very often, and from what we understand, it was because of the BIL grant funding, the bipartisan infrastructure law fund. Although the intention of the project is to install 2 wells, Galt said current construction prices might make the unrealistic with the available funding. The project will be bid as he said, with a second well as an alternate to the city's flexibility. Even one more well will go a long way. We're trying for 2 wells. We're going to do everything we can do to 2 wells with the money, but I'm not promising you right now that we can get 2 wells with that. So there you go. There's your article right there, Paul. So your reaction. a lot to digest right there.
Yeah, no, I want to know where I can get a loan where I can get 78% of it dismissed.
Yeah, 6.69 million, 4.57 forgiven, 2.1 is going to be owed back by the city.
And I did the math in my head. I'm a computer guy, so
You're
I'm
good.
going to be off a few points.
Yeah, you're close.
But I want them loans. That's the kind I want.
Yeah.
Because then I can take the part that was forgiven and pay off the other part, and then I get what was forgiven, right?
Yeah.
That's telling you logic. Right? That's how this works. You just think about it. But I want to know that deal. I want to know what's included, what they're going to, because they are talking about adding pipe.
Yeah, it's 5,000 feet of piping. Yeah.
All right, 5,000 feet of pipe, and if I do the math on that, that's just under a mile. So they're not going to go far with it.
It says the dividing line between the north and south treatment plants is roughly around 20th Street. Is kind of the location of where this is going to happen. So.
Okay.
But it goes back to what you asked. So when you read the headline at face value, North Plant, you think immediately without reading.
That's the first thing I thought of.
That's the first thing you thought of when I showed you the headline. So without reading the article right here. So.
My gut's telling me don't hold that hope, because it hasn't happened in 20 years. It might not happen again. So I would think the North Point people wake up to this. They're gonna be like, yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Hello, we're still here. So I just want to go back to that title, the Drinking Water Systems Improvement Revolving Loan Fund.
I want to write that down and get that, because we find out it's something like dwarf or something like that.
That is DWSIRLF.
Yeah, I might have to look that one up. I don't know what that spells.
It doesn't look real good on a T-shirt. I'll just say that. So, but so the 4-1 votes, and the no was from Mr. Davis there.
We're borrowing, paying back 2, getting 4 free. That's what I heard.
Well, it sounds like
that's the best coupon I've seen since the days you collected green stamps.
Or as we like to say, our house coupons. Coupons. So let's go back to the phone line. Hey, caller, welcome in.
Yeah, real quick footnote to this thing y'all talking about. Remember all the billions and billions of COVID money?
Yeah.
There was a program put up. There were only certain things that could be used. Water and sewer was one of them, and it has abused and all these things that come out with that program. People have the city of Jackson was the biggest beneficiary in Mississippi of that. So we just took our COVID money that we could have used in our city, and we gave most of it to Jackson. They wouldn't take care of their own water and sewer problems over there, but it is a big, big deal. The water and sewer fund is coming out of this money, but just a footnote to what y'all think.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. There you go.
Has their water gotten any better in Jackson? I haven't really kept up with that as much as I love.
That's a good question.
I've been following all the news and all that kind of stuff more than I have.
I guess it's somewhat tasty. Not so grainy no more.
I haven't been up here time. I don't know if it's local or anything like that.
Drink water, sparkling.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, they claimed it was pretty bad. I don't know. I didn't go over there and drink. I didn't go over there and partake, if you will.
Well, we've had David Hodge on before. Of course, he works for the city of Meridian and Public Works, and this is one of the parts of the city budget and the inner workings of the city. I mean,
maybe he needs to come back.
Yeah, I might need to schedule another visit with him. So, but it's a lot of
next week.
It's a lot of stuff that has been neglected for a good number of years. And what is this? What do they always say? Stuff you just have to do. So,
could be.
So, but anyway, and of course, with a big price tag like that, if there's availability for this loan program, but still we owe $2.1 million when all is said and done. So, let's go back.
But I mean, you got to admit, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, that's a Friday kind of deal.
Darn right. It's a holiday special. So let's go back to the phone line. Hey, caller, welcome in.
Good morning. Let's see. We got Paul and Rob.
Hey,
good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
I'm usually called Wide Paul. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
I'm pretty sure the water treatment plant in Sicolina is up and running.
There you go.
It's in good shape at the moment, but speaking of water, I was listening to an article in Copper Mechanics magazine. I don't know if anybody's noticed the sun don't look like it's cloudy, right? Like it's getting a little bit lower in the sky and it falls here or not.
Yeah.
According to this article, the last 2 or 3 decades, the Earth has tilted 31.5 inches. It's tilted that much, and they say the reason is, over in California, in that area, they're pumping out so much groundwater. They've been doing years that their Earth, is affecting the balance of the Earth. Now, I didn't make this up, but Papa Kids magazine did it, and I don't know who they just studied.
Yeah, I'm always been a fan of that magazine, but that one seems a little dubious to me, being how the center of the molten lava that sort of keeps everything in balance. So I don't know that, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. But I will say this, I want to tell you this, I have always thought that the natural tilt and movement of the Earth in its rotation around the sun has more to do with climate than anything else. That's what gives us our seasons. That's what gives us our variations in seasons. Right. Is the natural ebb and flow of our rotational trip around the sun.
Right.
So I don't think we can give that enough credit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But anyway, somebody made a statement to me. She said it seems to me like the sun is a little bit lower in the sky than normal. So, I'm not quite good enough to look at it and say, yeah, that is or not, but it seems to be. And if that's the case, 31.5 inches at the equator, at the point of the Earth north would make considerable a difference in the rotation, the way the sun serves.
Right. Given the size of the sun and the size of the Earth, that's a pretty good eyesight to be able to detect 4-inch variation in the angle of the incline. I don't know.
Yes. Right. It's always walking with 1 degree off.
Right.
North years, but anyway, people smarter than they can figure that out.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we got some Fox News up next, but we hope you have a good day.
I plan on it, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you much.
He does it much better. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a special guest in the studio.
Foster. The masked man who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a New York City hotel yesterday morning is on surveillance video on the phone a few minutes before the murder. Thompson's wife said he received death threats.
The shooting also comes as Thompson and other senior executives are reportedly under investigation for selling behind $101.5 million in shares just 2 weeks before news of the antitrust public back in February.
Dr. Jenny Painter. Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hesketh has worked Capitol Hill meeting today denying reports of a drinking problem and sexual misconduct.
A half-hour talk with Senator Joni Ernst did not produce an immediate endorsement. She is reported to have interest in that position herself. Hegseth framed the controversy that he faces as a manufactured media takedown.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. America's listening to Fox News. Minutes now after.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Ed Sheeran announced this week he's taking his mathematics tour to Bhutan, India, and the Middle East in early 2025. Tickets went on sale Saturday, with the cheapest ticket priced at $10 already being sold out. Other tickets for the concerts are priced at $30, $50, $70, and $100. CNBC's Jim Cramer said Salesforce's recent quarter suggests the innovative potential for artificial intelligence technology is strong. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff boasted on the earnings call about the success of its latest AI product, Agentforce, which consists of AI-powered chatbots. Kramer insisted that AI won't replace humans, instead are designed to take on jobs most don't want to perform. Jeff Bezos believes space venture Blue Origin will one day be a bigger company than Amazon, but it will take some time. Amazon, which Bezos founded in 1994, has a market value of about $2.3 trillion. Futures are slightly lower.
The popularity of hydro is skyrocketing. Customers notice that when Sam Bounds hydro seeds their property, before they know it, a beautiful lawn is growing. There's a reason this works so well. The seed is suspended in a moist, nutrient-rich slurry. The combination triggers the germination cycle. The mulch layer holds the seeds in place so they grow where they're planted. Bounds hydro seeding is perfect for high erosion areas, new construction, or wherever you need grass to grow. Call Sam Bounds hydro seeding and erosion control, residential or commercial, at 601-917-1112.
If you're living with high age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay, GA going slower.
Izervay or avastin-capted Pago is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Visit our new home online at WALTMeridian.com.
I sure you is a long night, 'cause I've never felt one so right. Each look into your eyes and falling a little more and more. Looks like we started us a fire, wrapped up in flames of desire. With every touch.
Well, happy birthday to country music star Gary Allen, celebrating his 57th birthday today. Tarver,
happy birthday.
Of course, you can hear some of his hits over on our sister station, 105.7 The Legend. Also, the late Little Richard, that was born on this day back in 1932. Of course, we lost him in 2020. He would have been 92 today there. So
He was something.
I think those some of his hits have made their way onto mixtapes from time to time. So, also Frankie Muniz, remember him from Malcolm in the Middle? He's 39 today. Can you believe that? he's knocking on the door of 40.
Wow.
So, but a handful of birthdays on the old birthday list today. Before we visit with our next guest, let's go back to the phone line real quick. Hey, caller, good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Silas.
Hey, this is Silas. Hey, Silas, what's going on, buddy? You headed to school this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, getting ready for Christmas too, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm. My birthday is a week before Christmas, so.
Oh, so you're one of those who got a birthday right before Christmas. I'm so jealous.
That's the best part.
The best part.
You get presents before everybody else and with everybody else.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So when is your last day at school before you get out for Christmas?
19th.
19th. So you got a few more days. There you go. There you go. Very good.
And my birthday 7 or 8.
I just want to know if you're having cake. That's all I'm doing.
I'm about to say, bring the cake here. We'll enjoy some cake. Absolutely. I love it. Well, Silas, I hope you have a great day at school today, buddy.
I definitely will.
All right. Well, keep listening, okay? Yeah. What's the traffic like out there this morning?
I mean, it's kind of cloudy. It's light on the eastbound, kind of light. Well, very light. And then kind of heavy on the westbound.
All right. Good report this morning. So everybody's out there safe driving this morning. Everybody be careful. Very good. Well, all right, man. We'll appreciate the report this morning and be safe. And I guess we'll call us back before your birthday. We kind of wish you happy birthday once we get closer to that.
He will.
All right, Silas.
All right, thanks, Silas.
Oh, I love when Silas checks in. That's
Traffic
so cool.
update.
The traffic update with
I
Silas.
love that.
I'm loving it.
What the traffic update is? Well, it's cloudy.
It's cloudy. Cloudy, little mist, little rain. So there you go. All right, well, let's do this little deal right. I think a man on the street got a little excited probably by hearing that. Oh, yes. We have a Marine in the building this morning. That's right. We're visit with our friends at NAS Meridian, and sometimes we sneak a Marine in from time to time, which I love. We have got Sergeant Hunter Hill in with us this morning. How are you this morning, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm doing great this morning. How are y'all doing?
There we go. See, we even have a traffic report here in Meridian, Mississippi. You got to love that, right?
A little bit of weather.
A little bit of weather, not much. So, well, Paul, I don't know if you know this or not, but Sergeant Hill's kind of a big deal.
I know. He's the best of what he is.
That's right. He is the man with the plan. You are the Marine Instructor of the Year, which is a pretty big deal. And, of course, instructor of what up there at the base?
So over there, I'm an IMS course instructor. So IMS basically teach a lot of different objectives that deal with aviation support equipment. So gear that is used to actually fix aircraft.
I got you. Cool. Well, you got to have people that can fix them. That's for sure.
Oh, that's true.
You got to know what tools they got. And I guess y'all go around and talk about what each tool does and how it works. Is that part of the equation? Because I may need to know some of that stuff.
So it definitely is. When it comes to our job, we go all over the place, right? So we have to know what aircraft our maintainers are actually working on.
Mm-hmm.
After we know the aircraft, we have to know the systems on those aircraft. Each one of those systems will then write specific pieces of gear to fix it. So my job is to instruct all the students as to how to manage that gear, to ensure that they're reporting the correct aircraft, the correct system, so that way they have the correct gear on hand to actually manage.
Gotcha.
Wow. Complex stuff right there. Wow. A lot of details. So
It's a lot more than a 10 millimeter socket around. I can tell.
Hang on, I got the duct tape. I'm going to fix it.
So Marine Instructor of the Year. So how did this come about?
So essentially, every single quarter, what we'll do is we have Instructor of the Quarter board.
Uh-huh.
So every quarter we'll do that. Be on an Instructor of the Year board, you have to first win an Instructor of the Quarter board.
Okay. Okay. So you check that box first, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I won the Instructor of the Quarter for the second quarter, and I also won it for the Instructor of the Quarter for the fourth quarter.
Oh,
wow. Overachiever.
That's what I'm saying.
And so then
over here.
What have I done today?
So then essentially after that, then all of the winners of the Instructors of the Quarter go up against each other and teach essentially a 25-minute course to students for the Instructor of the Year. The person who instructs the best according to our criteria then wins Instructor of the Year.
And boom, here we are.
Indeed, yeah.
I think I know how he won votes, though, because he told me before we got back on the air
that
at Thanksgiving he was on duty letting the other guys go and be with their family.
Well, there you go.
And I'm thinking there'll be some quid pro quo there going on.
Investigate some of the votes up there. So, but let's go. Where is home, by the way?
So I'm originally from just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a little town called North Wales.
North Wales, PA. Okay.
So you're from the big Philadelphia, not the one up the street.
That's correct.
Okay.
You know what?
Little Philadelphia.
We have our own.
I always have to emphasize I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I usually just say I'm from Philly, but when I'm here, I have to emphasize because it is right down.
Yeah, because it's opposite. Like 40 miles up the road.
Yeah, my wife is from upstate New York, so when we tell people we're going to New York for Christmas, their first thought is we're going to the city. So you have to qualify.
Yeah.
But you're outside, are you like suburbs of Philadelphia or in Philadelphia proper?
I'm in the suburbs, correct. So
Okay.
I'm about 15 or 20 miles from the city.
I think I've been there a couple of times, but got to spend a little bit of time doing the, tourist type stuff. But,
Of course, you have to.
Yeah.
City of Brotherly Love,
great place.
Independence Hall. You got to check it
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been there before. I want to go. I got to run up the steps. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Of course.
That's my guy. I love it. So, well, tell us how you got your start in the Marine Corps. I mean, kind of tell us your road to where you got to today.
Sure. So my road is a little complicated. It's a little convoluted how I got there.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a long story short. Essentially, I went to school for 2 years before I joined the Marine Corps, and I was actually going for a religion degree. I was going to school to be a youth pastor.
Wow. Okay.
My sophomore year, I kind of felt like I was being called to join the military. So I talked through that, and I decided on it. My whole life, I kind of expected to join the military. I'm in a military family. My oldest brother in 2004.
Marine.
He's a Marine, correct.
Is everybody Marines?
I have three brothers that are Marines.
Wow. So there you go. Long line.
Correct. So I have 4 brothers, 3
Wow. That's fantastic.
And so basically, I felt like I was called to join the military. Now, I didn't know which branch, so I debated. I thought about it. It was, in my mind, it was a relatively simple choice. It was, I am a competitive person. I grew up with 4 brothers. I believe I'm going to be competitive. So what am I going to do? I'm going to join what I saw as the best branch, which, let's be real, is the best branch.
Oh,
sorry,
there
Santa.
There it is. There it is.
So I,
never.
so I joined the Marine Corps, and from there, I've been lucky enough to kind of travel around a little bit. I've been in the Marine Corps now almost 9 years.
Okay.
I've been stationed in MCAS Myanmar. I was actually there for 7.
Cool. Nice.
But from there, I deployed to Japan. I was in Guam. I was in the Philippines. I've been to Djibouti as well, Djibouti, Africa.
Wow.
So the trail has been a little long.
That is an interesting trail right there.
Yeah, but my question is always the same: is which station was your favorite? And you're not no pressure to say already.
Well, this is my second time here, so I mean, I guess that goes for some.
You see, he won that thing twice, and he's been here twice. He's an overachiever all across the board.
I got it.
I'm just saying.
I'm somebody who I find enjoyment no matter where I go.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it here. I enjoyed it in California. I enjoyed it everywhere. So to say a favorite spot is kind of hard, but I would say probably Iwakuni. Iwakuni, Japan was just experiencing Japanese culture on the mainland Japan.
I've heard that a lot.
A lot of guests we've had on during this segment have been stationed near where you're talking about, and they've all said the same thing. So it must be some kind of experience.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, just the people there, the food. I cannot talk about the food enough. Not even just Japanese.
Look at us. We're going to eat.
Well, last guy on the phone, I'm asking about his birthday cake. So, we have our priorities.
Hey.
But one of the things I've watched a lot of. I'm a YouTube fanatic, but I've watched a lot of train videos where people are going through the countryside and what have you. And it's really interesting when you get out of Tokyo. The landscape plays such a role in these towns. It's just amazing. It's nothing like what we've seen where, Mississippi, we got pine trees and flat land pretty much. But you got mountains popping up right in the middle of it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, 100%. That's something that I feel like most Americans who haven't been to Japan don't necessarily understand. They see Japan as Tokyo. rightfully so. It's
Sure.
the biggest city in the
Yeah.
world. But when you actually get into mainland Japan, out in the outskirts, like you said, I mean, mountains everywhere. And they build into the mountains, and that's different than anywhere else
Right.
see unless you've experienced it. Additionally, just with the water, having the water right there, that plays a huge role in how they set up their towns and their cities and how they set up their different economic opportunities.
Wow, fantastic.
Well, I've heard it from people that were stationed there for extended period of time. They wouldn't trade anything for their time there. It's just amazing.
I would love to go back. I highly recommend.
So you said second trip here to Meridian. So when was the first one? I'm assuming it was training initially.
That's correct. Yeah. So back in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was here for 4 months back. In
Wow. So what did you think? All right, you get the orders to come into Meridian. You're like, oh, I'm going back. Okay. You'd already been here once before for 4 months. So how long you been back here now?
So I've been here about a year and a half. Now.
Okay.
It's funny you say it, right? Because I remember soon after I left here, as a student, you don't necessarily get to experience Meridian in its entirety.
Sure.
You're just so devoted to classwork, coursework constantly.
And it's 4 months too. I mean, it's a short period.
Exactly. But coming back, so one of my old gunnery sergeants, he was a gunnery sergeant in the fleet. He was my first gunnery sergeant. He was actually here maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He called me up and he's like, Mountain. So my nickname was Mountain because, it's Sergeant Hill. You're going to go down to this squadron and become a Mountain. And he's called me it ever since. He's like, Mountain, I need a favor from you. I'm like, what's up, Master Sergeant? He goes, I need you to go to Meridian. They could use you there. You'd be a great asset there. I'm like, all right, for you, Master Sergeant, I got you. And so I came back. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I actually highly enjoy both Meridian itself and the role I'm in currently.
Wow. So you've been there a year and a half. You get to experience Meridian a whole lot more, which is awesome. So
absolutely
fantastic. So visiting with Sergeant Hunter Hill, the Marine Instructor of the Year. So first reaction whenever you got the the notification, I guess you'd say Marine Instructor of the Year. I bet that had to feel fantastic. So
that did. It was, to be honest, I don't really get nervous often. Going into it, I was definitely a little bit nervous. But when you go to instruct, within a few minutes, you kind of get back into your groove. You get into it. And so I was confident with how I performed. But then going to get my review afterwards and how the evaluators, how they saw it, that's what it was like.
That can be brutal. It can either be the mountain or it could be the valley. Either way, and might go either way in the same comment. You never know.
But for sure, once they told me that I had won, I was elated. It's a great honor to be able to receive that award and be recognized in that way.
So a long family line of Marines. What was their reaction when they got the news?
They were all impressed. So, I said I'm competitive.
Brothers first.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Of course. So, we're all competitive. All of us are competitive.
Dude, guess what I got?
Yeah. And so my oldest brother, he's a master sergeant. He's still currently in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And he was actually an instructor at one point in time, and he won Instructor of the Year for his unit at the time. And so it was one of those competition things where it's like, see, you just learned from the best. And I'm like, I mean, true blood. I'll take you on any day.
Yeah, but did he win 2 quarters?
And that's a great question. You need to ask that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think so. I had to suspect. I doubt it. So
I think there's something you can hang your hat on there.
So you got to talk about your family. You said Marines, brothers. You got 2 brothers?
I have 4 brothers.
4 brothers. Wow. All Marines.
1 of 5 boys.
Oh, mama. Poor mom.
Everybody says that. Poor mom.
5 boys in the house, Paul. Oof.
Well, if your mom was like my mom, she just locked y'all out of the house and said, "Don't come back till the lights come on the street," right?
And it's either stay out or come in, not in and out.
Yeah.
Choose one and do it.
I bet she's an amazing woman.
That she is.
Fantastic. So, visiting with Sergeant Hunter Hill, the Marine Instructor of the Year here on Mornings in Meridian. And of course, we had young Silas call up a minute ago. Of course, he's headed to school this morning. I know moms and dads have got sons and daughters headed to school this morning, getting ready for the Christmas holidays. And some of them may be seniors in high school, kind of wondering what is going to be my next step. You talked about your story, 2 years in college, and then you made that decision. So tell the young folks out there that are listening about the choice of going into the military. I know it's been very rewarding for you in 9 years.
Absolutely. So I think it's an important decision, right? I think first and foremost, if at any point in time you have any inclination at all or any thought of potentially joining the military, go talk to a recruiter. They will outline every single thing that the military has to offer, the Marine Corps has to offer. Now, that's the easy answer. The Marine Corps offers so much, right? Obviously, it offers a career, but it offers you so much more than that. It's called a Marine Corps.
Right.
It offers you that brotherhood, that sisterhood, where you feel like you are more than just yourself, right? Additionally, you get so many skills and abilities that make you a better person. The Marine Corps does 3 things, right? We make Marines, we win battles, and we return better citizens. That last part is what really, really matters, right? If you ever talk to any parent who had somebody join the Marine Corps, they always say that's an entirely different person than when they left.
Right. Wow.
And that's because the Marine Corps makes you into a better person.
We don't need a recruiter. I think you just sold. I think you just sold us all right there, didn't you?
I just won recruiter of the year.
I think so. Recruiters are out there listening, like, man, we need to quit our job and let this guy go.
Ding, ding, ding. Time to call brothers again.
Exactly. So Philadelphia boy, I'm assuming that you're a fan.
Oh, you know it. I'm a season ticket holder.
Season ticket holder.
3 season tickets.
Oh, I'm so jealous. That's so cool. So they're having a good year this year. So a lot to be happy about. You're good. So, well, any parting words before we let you go here, Sergeant Hunter Hill, before we wrap up the segment here?
The only thing I would say is the Marine Corps, amazing. Like I just said. Additionally, Meridian is an amazing town. Go out and experience it. The Mac Center, they run some amazing events. That full moon on 5th. I don't know if anybody knows him, but Byron Bonds. He made some sketches for me and my cat. I love my cat to death. He made some sketches, some characters. Just extremely talented guy. Everybody over there with their artwork, with the music, extremely talented. Go out and experience it. Take part in the community.
You got a kitty cat?
You can. You have a kitty cat.
All right.
I love
your
your
kitty cat.
Orange. He's an
Oh,
orange.
see, my wife and I had an orange cat when we got married, so I know exactly that.
I got to tell you his name though.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Larry.
Larry. We got a Larry that works in the building.
I don't nickname Mountain. You would have
Yeah,
a little more majestic than Larry. Sorry to all the Larrys.
Hey, Larry.
Hi. That's my brother Daryl. This is my brother Larry. My other brother Larry.
Exactly. That's the point, though.
Well, fantastic.
And I have a Yorkie named Max. So, I figured take you to like or
Sergeant Hunter Hill, Marine Instructor of the Year, and most sincerely, thank you for your service, and your family for your service as well toward the United States.
and tell them about your life. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having
Absolutely.
me.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Fantastic. We're going to wrap things up here in the segment. Going to take a quick break. We'll be back.
If you had a 2024 Big Buck Bounty and win first place, you'll receive a Savage 70 caliber rifle, courtesy of NGO Strategy, and a 4-year shoulder mount from Murphy Taxidermy or Atkins Taxidermy.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With tech and training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country, or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train, and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
Your local weather forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Local weather now. It's a wet start this morning across eastern Mississippi, western Alabama. We had scattered rain all late last night, and now a few leftover showers are still lingering. We're going to push those out with clearing skies the rest of the day. But then the cold front really hits. Northwest winds are going to gust up to 25 miles per hour for this afternoon and evening. Highs will try to reach the mid-50s. We drop to the 20s tonight. I'm meteorologist Matt Sanders with Meridian News Talk Leader. News Talk 102.1 WALT FM.
Meridian's News Talk is 102.1 WALT FM. Meridian online at WALTmeridian.com and live on the mobile app.
Had to sneak something in, Paul. Had to sneak something in.
Yeah, I heard it. I knew it was coming.
Got a couple minutes left before the top of the hour. Hey, big thanks to Sergeant Hunter Hill. That was an impressive interview. Impressive gentleman there. Appreciate his service. And the Meridian Instructor of the Year. Fantastic stuff up there at NAS Meridian. Before we get into our Fox News break here in a couple of moments, need to thank another good American, another good friend of the show. And that's Billy Adam Calvert and his amazing staff just down the road at Southern Business Supply.
That's across the Wayman Newell Bridge, right?
Yes.
Southern Business Supply, family owned and operated for all these many years. They have all your office needs. All you got to do is give them a call. They got office furniture, office supplies, and that's paper, pens, toner. They even got paper clips. You always need paper clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's taking them home. Break rooms, janitorial supplies. They got all the staples that you need in your office, and they'll be happy not only to provide it for you, but they can even deliver next day for you. No business too small, too big. No job too small. They love to have your business and provide you with everything you need. Your office run smoothly. They're looking at 5685 Dale Drive right there in Meridian, right next to Southern Accents. Pretty easy to find.
Yeah, that'll be the May parade route tomorrow night in Meridian.
Absolutely. So and they've been also doing the water coolers and the spring water. It's good water too, because we use it at the Pancake Jubilee when we're making coffee. It makes the coffee better. So need to go check them out. Family owned for 36 years, even more. In fact, give them a call at 601-485-2447. That's 601-485-2447. And they're local. Your money's going to stay here, and they're going to pay the taxes on it and help your community. It just works out good for everybody.
Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you guys down there at Southern Business Supply. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to dip into this COVID report. stuff that we knew all along and now has been completely
I don't
verified.
want to say I told you so, but
I told you so. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. Second hour of the show. About 10 minutes into the 8 o'clock hour. You got Rob, you got Paul Turb this morning.
Y'all,
hope everybody's doing well. And our number, 601-485-9191. That's 485-9191. Of course, on the app, WALTmeridian.com, Facebook Live, YouTube, we're everywhere. You can be a part of the show. So we get rolling here on this 5th day of December, shopping day, dwindling down for Christmas.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to mount.
The pressure's mounting.
Well, it's not just, look, based on the work that I do, I deal with a lot of clients all over the country. And up until Thanksgiving, it's like pulling teeth to get people to do anything.
Yeah.
Now they come back from Thanksgiving with fire lit under them. They want to get it all done before Christmas so they don't have to worry about it across Christmas.
Well, we had the late Thanksgiving this year, too.
Know,
so.
Everything's been weirded out this year. And so my email inbox has just been blowing up since Monday. It's been crazy. So I'm thankful because, there's a possibility we get some income and money flowing and that kind of stuff. But man, oh man, just take a breath.
'Tis the season.
It is the season. I have to remind myself, this is always between now and January 31st, getting W-2s out. This is always busy season.
Oh, yeah.
I have to, ride with the flow.
We are going to get to the COVID report this morning. Of course, the House Subcommittee released that earlier this week, and we haven't had a chance to cover it here on the local show. I know some of the national shows have done so, and so have Fox and Newsmax and whatnot, but I'm going to get into that coming up shortly. But we do have a phone call on the line. Hey, caller, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How y'all doing today?
We are doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm good. I hate to interrupt y'all's wonderful talk, but I was going to remind everybody today's the Bell Smith Cookbook Sale.
There you go.
Hey, Teresa, you can interrupt this conversation anytime you want to.
Thank you. I wasn't paying attention. I think I know this person.
Teresa, I think, your interruptions would be a lot more enjoyable if you cook something out of the cookbook.
Oh, listen at that.
I'm not. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
So you guys will be down there this morning at 8:30?
Yeah, 8:30 to 4:45 today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. How'd the sale go yesterday?
Really good. Really, really good. Matt and I were selling really fast, so folks don't need to drag their feet.
Okay. Wow. So once again, this is downtown Meridian, right across the street from the Christmas tree there at City Hall. Just look for the banner for the cookbook sale and the knives. You can't miss them down there.
Thank you. I got y'all trained real good.
Yeah, we're kind of easy like that.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too, Grace. Appreciate you. So there you go. Reminder once again, folks, sale going on today and tomorrow, 8:30 to 4:45. The Bell's Best Cookbook, and of course those knives as well. Hey, Christmas gifts. Hey, just saying.
Why she would be surprised that I'd say something like that. You know how I hit Silas up for birthday.
Your third food reference this morning.
I mean, I'm asking the kid when I see him on that birthday cake, kind of hinting I needed an invite, but I didn't get it.
Of course, there's a lot going on today. Obviously, we mentioned the cookbook sale going on to 4:45 today. Right. Of course, we're starting about 15 minutes there at 8:30. Of course, you've got the Mute Christmas Parade going on later on tonight at 5. You got the Sip and Savor event going on today as well. The Eudora Welty documentary, they're going to show that today. John with dinner there tonight. All the stuff going on with the Meridian Christmas Parade, Bikers United for Children toy ride this weekend. Merry Christmas Parades tomorrow night. There's a lot of other stuff I'm probably missing, but it is a lot going on.
The Christmas plane flying.
And the Christmas plane is flying.
Just keep looking up.
Just keep looking up. So,
and I would encourage people, don't walk past the Salvation Army kettles.
No.
I've been told that they could sure use donations. They've had a lot of people that needed extra assistance this year.
Yes.
So consider that when you want to buy a quarter, cents, $1. They don't ask for much, but
I know they're getting down to the final days of the Angel Tree program as well. So get in touch. I know we have some angels here at the radio station as well. If you want to call our business line, 693-3434. We got some angels still left. from the Angel Tree here in our building. I know Citizens National Bank and some other local organizations are partnering with the Salvation Army on that. So if you want to be a part, 693-3434 is our business line. And I was looking, we got a few left. And sometimes the older children, like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, those are the hardest ones to adopt off the Angel Tree. A lot of people want the babies, the 18-month, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. Just in my experience from working with Salvation Army over the years. But folks, if you can, please help out those children, because we want everybody to have a Merry Christmas.
I'm proud of the Downtown Opera Club. They gave their donation to get the Debs to work on helping with those Angel Tree donations. And so, hopefully folks will remember that, I find that it's interesting, the people who have benefited from that in the past have been more frequently willing to put nickels and dimes back into the kettle. And sometimes it's hard to stop and do, just do a little extra this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the gifts you should always do is for somebody you don't know, and that's a great opportunity to do that.
Well,
just not 2 cents.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll give you some more sense to put in that kettle. So, well, let's talk about the COVID report. The House subcommittee with the coronavirus finally delivered their final report on the origins of COVID. And this, more or less, earlier this week was a I told you so story.
Yeah, I think the summary on this was y'all was right.
Yeah. Here was Brett Baer. He reported on this earlier this week. It was actually, he actually had a clip on his news report last night. And this was the story. Chad Pergram is also on this particular story. Just some comments here. You can kind of tell who's the Republican and who's the Democrat here in this particular story. This is courtesy of FoxNews.com. If we can get it to play here. Computer buffering.
There are new questions tonight about whether there may be prosecutions ahead for people involved in an alleged cover-up of the coronavirus pandemic origins. Earlier this week, a House committee issued its final report, and it concluded the virus was man-made. Senior congressional correspondent Chad Perkins is live on Capitol Hill tonight with the latest. Good evening, Chad.
Brett, good evening. Partisan divisions split the committee about what sparked the pandemic and who deserves blame. Republicans conclude the virus came from a lab. Some scientists dispute that. The intelligence community is split.
And it is clear from our 2 final reports that as the select subcommittee concludes, we are leaving different impressions of what we did or did not find.
Republicans are convinced that COVID-19 did not come from nature.
Finding that the most likely origin scenario that the Chinese Communist Party was conducting dangerous research, and this type of dangerous research was notionally supported by the NIH.
Subcommittee Chairman Brad Wenstrup accused researchers of trying to obscure their work and delete emails.
One of the things that's maybe the most disappointing is the overarching is we had cover-ups.
Wenstrup wants criminal referrals for Peter Nozick of EcoHealth Alliance. Wenstrup says if you use taxpayer dollars to conduct gain-of-function research, they're barred from using government money now. Wenstrup also says David Morans, a senior advisor to Anthony Fauci, scrubbed pandemic records. But Democrats defend Fauci.
Of course.
Tony Fauci has a long and distinguished career in public health. There were a lot of false allegations made.
Now, Fauci told lawmakers he never dismissed the lab leak theory. Committee Republicans say science does not support masking and orders to remain 6 feet apart. Brett?
Chad, last night we talked about the narrow House majority. We finally figured out.
Okay, there they were going about the House, which obviously that's finally decided. But Fauci,
he most definitely threw the idea of being a lab leak under the bus. He got a whole bunch of people to sign a letter that threw that idea under the bus. Fauci, in my opinion, has blood on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the reasons why Democrats are circulating the request for Biden to preemptively pardon Fauci. Why would they even be worried about needing to pardon if everything they did was above board?
Right.
That's the question. In my mind, why would I need a pardon if I hadn't done anything wrong?
Right. Right.
I happen to know for a fact that he made lots of statements that were incorrect. He was wrong on AIDS. He was wrong on everything he was involved in. His long career isn't about successes. It's about covering up. It's about not telling the truth. It's about managing perceptions in his book and raking in the funding. He was making more money than the president of the United States when he was in that position and lying to all of us the whole time. Nixon didn't hold a candle what Fauci lied about.
From 2014 to 2021, wrap your mind around this for a minute. The National Institutes of Health gave around $8 million to EcoHealth. This is one of the folks that was quoted in that story there by Brett Baer and Chad Pergram. EcoHealth then handed over some of that cash to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and they partnered up to do gain of function research.
How many times did Fauci say that didn't exist?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, you don't pardon if you haven't done anything wrong. And Fauci is shaking in his boots because he knows that they're going to come for him at some point.
EcoHealth, the company, specifically sought to manipulate coronaviruses at that site, the crucial mutation, and later identifying the COVID virus, and quoting the New York Post here. When COVID broke out from its Wuhan lab there, the NIH, along with China's government, began pushing the now discredited narrative that it had originated in nature. Worse, NIH campaigned to intimidate anyone who disgraced a campaign spearheaded by agency chief Frank Collins and Anthony Fauci, who had okayed multiple grants to EcoHealth. Taxpayer dollars.
I would also argue that Fauci interfered with the election in 2020 because everything Trump said was derided. Everything that, anybody who wanted ivermectin, anybody who wanted anything that had some proven workability in this process was shot down like we're idiots.
On his program, he talked about that, and he was just absolutely blacklisted immediately.
Absolutely.
And look how popular he is now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying there is the turnabout is fair play. But here's the thing: there was an awful lot of us who were concerned about genetic predispositions to problems associated with the vaccines, who did not want to take the vaccine because of those risks, who were basically trusting the science as they understood it, were derided as wearing aluminum foil helmets and these conspiracy theories. And it turns out sometimes a conspiracy theory is right, and it's true.
Fauci repeatedly tried to pull the wool over the eyes of Congress with games about NIH involvement in funding this research. Listen to this part. A key Fauci aide bragged about hiding info from Freedom of Information efforts. You heard him talk about the Republicans on the committee talking about scrubbed emails.
Right.
That's what they're talking about right there.
Well, I'm telling you, he perjured himself multiple times in front of Congress. He lied to the people in the United States during the midst of probably one of the worst things in the world. He supported things that were unnecessary. I mean, we still don't know how much damage we did to our kids by taking them out of an environment where they had the socialization skills that they needed to move forward. We still have no clue what the ramifications of that are.
Lost a full year and then some.
Oh, and developmentally, they'll tell you right now that most of the kids that they place with are behind their developmental cycle by 1 to 2 years.
And I'm going to say this about masking. If you want to wear a mask, that's your prerogative. And Paul, I'm just going to be honest with you. You still see some folks wearing masks, even here in Meridian. Don't wear them right.
No.
But they're still wearing them. If you want to do that, that is your right to do that. But there is proof in the pudding with this report. They mainly have focused on this New York Post article and the audio we just heard, basically on the gain of function research, and of course that it originated in the lab. But scientific research has come up finally. Masking does not matter. Does not matter when it came to COVID.
So what about all these people that were saying trust the science?
And standing on your little dot at the bank or whatever. None of that matters.
One bit.
It never did.
So those of us who bucked that system, who argued that didn't matter, I don't think we're going to need to sit around and expect an apology anytime soon. But I think the next time something like this happens, science by definition is questioning itself constantly. Anytime you reach a point where people say you don't trust the science because the science says X, Y, Z, that's not science anymore. We're in dogma. And this was a cult of the herd going, there's one that doesn't agree with us, beat him up, right? That's not science.
Right.
Okay. At one point, everybody believed that the sun revolved around the earth until Copernicus said, hey guys, I'm questioning the science on that.
Then when you questioned anything to do with anything, I'm talking from top to bottom, the theories about the where it originated from, masking, the vaccine, or whatever. If you went on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you were shut down immediately.
Sure. Absolutely.
So God bless Elon Musk and what he has done for at least one social media platform, X. I am a huge fan of X. I'm on it all because there is so many ideas that are on there from both sides of the aisle, and that's what it's supposed to be like.
Did you see the study that came out last week about the fact that they've done some testing and discovered that, contrary to what the leftists would tell you, that the split is now about 52% conservative and 48% liberal, which sort of dovetails exactly the way the election went.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And yet part of it's because all these rabid liberals who didn't like getting questioned on their comments.
Yeah.
Okay. They left with the blue sky. Well, the first thing that happened to blue sky, they're having trouble because everybody's complaining over there. It's just a hellhole from what I can tell.
Yeah.
I've not been there. But I will tell you that I've never been interested too much in Twitter until recently.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's starting to actually, there's some stuff in there you put that, and that's silly. Move on. But at least you're seeing multiple sides of the discussion.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And you gotta love the community comments when somebody posts something and the community joins together and says, yeah, that ain't so much right.
Exactly.
I wish we had community signs or comments when Fauci was out there, because I think some of this would have been blown up long before now.
I would love to know the exact dollar amount that guy made off of this, because he is out of the public limelight now. He retired. He's gone. He was on the cover of magazines and everywhere else. You remember the magazine cover of him by the pool?
Oh, you remember the candles?
Yeah.
Fauci candle. No, here's the thing I'm interested in. I would like to know how much money he received during that time from foreign governments.
Yeah.
Or foreign entities.
But you're right. You watch here in the next month. Talked about the pardon. Watch.
I'm just amazed at how many people they're throwing up. Clapper, Fauci. I mean, all of those, even Schiff. Did you see where they were asking for Schiff to get a one? I'm like, seriously? And here's another question for you. Speaking of pardons, this has bothered me from the get-go.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm a father. I have a stepson.
Yeah.
I would do anything to take care of my son.
Sure.
I understand the concept of pardoning his son out of jail, even if he's a dirtbag. He's your son.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand.
We all get that. Yeah.
Here's my question: why now?
Yeah. Why now? Yeah.
Why not January 19th?
Yeah. The day before. Yeah.
When the news cycle is going to be focused on the inauguration.
Yeah.
Why now?
Yeah. Interesting.
I have yet to figure out why. And I'm scared of the potential answer, because the potential answer is that he's going to let her step in for 2 weeks and claim that she was the first female president.
Yeah, which you've heard that has been tossed around a good bit. So I wouldn't be shocked by that.
But the only thing I say against that is he's an angry old man who got stabbed in the back.
True.
And I don't think he's worried about doing any favors for those who are in power that put her forward.
Right.
That's the only thing that's against that.
Yeah.
And he's a bitter old man that holds a grudge when he remembers the grudge.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phone line. I forget Fox News is going to be about Pete Hegseth.
Good. I didn't even realize it was that late.
It'll be all right. It'll be Hegseth, Trump nominees, all that stuff. Yeah. There's your news and shooting up in New York and some other stuff. So there you go. There's your news. Let's go to the phone line. Hey, caller, welcome in.
Good morning. I was just thinking It's a reason they brought it out now because Joe Biden is president. He just pardoned everybody. If they waited till after Trump got in as president and all ready, then Joe Biden had no control over it. I don't care how much he hates them and this, that, and other. Money talks. Look who's going to get the money out of it.
It's like I said, Mr. Mayor, I imagine Fauci is a very wealthy man when all is said and done.
He might have to kick back a little bit to Joe get it done, but it will happen. He will give them a blanket pardon. Watch and see.
Wonder how many of those people that he gives a blanket pardon to show up on either the Epstein or the Diddy list.
Anyway, that's my thought.
He's not going to take the bait. Well, I think if I was from a political news cycle standpoint, you would think you would wait until just before Trump comes in.
Right.
Unless he has concerns that he's not going to make it that far.
Yeah.
Or something else is brewing.
There's always something brewing. So
I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
They have ulterior motive to any and everything they do.
Everything.
And Congress.
There you go.
So with that thought, I hope everyone has a great day.
We got 2 of those in one day. And we're spoiled to death.
I think the timing on that was interesting. I think I know that the timeline from 2014 that was unprecedented. The fact that it was a blanket was unprecedented.
Yeah,
but it doesn't make any sense to do it until you got something to eat up the news cycle.
Bingo. Yeah. Just thought it was very interesting, the report from top to bottom. So let's go to the phone line. Hey, caller, welcome in.
Hey, good morning. Lefty here.
Hey, Lefty.
I thought I would comment on Biden's latest trip out of the country, giving away how many $1 billion to Angola.
Yeah, got people.
But we don't have the money for the people in North Carolina.
Yeah. They got people still in tents, and it's freezing temperatures there. And
Does that not blow y'all's mind? I mean, we are so extravagant, and we don't have the money that we can do something like that. And I'd like to say that I can't wait until the end of Biden's term to see just how outlandish it's going to be with this pardon. He's going to pardon everybody and everything that he can legally get away with. You mark my word, because he's such a POS.
Well, I tell you, this situation with throwing $1 billion, even if that was something that was budgeted, to bring it up and talk about it while you got people living in tents in North Carolina.
Exactly.
The optics alone about that make your stomach sick.
Y'all don't watch much TV. I don't watch much news. Is that even making the news?
It made a little bit of Fox yesterday. They more or less focused on him falling asleep at the meeting. It's because he did fall asleep at the meeting. So.
Well, that's the other thing too, is the fact that the House came out, and I guess Johnson came out and said that he didn't have the authority to give away that $1 billion. So at least there was a little blowback from that direction.
Yeah.
I have problems.
Check goes through, though.
Yeah, but I have problems. I've had problems for years about the fact that we have vets sleeping on the streets.
Yes.
And we're sending money to Ukraine like we're growing it on trees.
Right.
And quite frankly,
that's going to stop with President Trump.
I think so.
It ought to stop.
I think
it should have stopped a long time ago. Let me ask y'all this: do y'all know how much the other countries are contributing to the welfare of Ukraine?
My guess would be zero.
Yeah, it's not much.
I guess next to nothing, I'm sure.
Yeah. But here's the thing: is the fact that I think what will happen is Trump will use the leverage of the money to bring Zelensky to the table, and they will come to a negotiated deal, and we will get a ceasefire, and it'll be over with. And it should have been done 2 years ago.
The art of the deal.
But here's the thing: they're so scared about what he's going to do, they want to pump as much money as they can, and it's stated that as an explicit act of their administration in the last months to send as much money as they possibly can from as many sources as possible to Ukraine, because they know that the funding is going to stop. And I'm sitting here going, why are you trying to start World War III on your way out the freaking door?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. We've been over there twice the last 100 years and let them figure it out the way I look at it. You know, the strongest will survive, and I feel sorry for them Ukrainian people, but, you know, there's always going to be something going on in Europe. There's always going to be something going on in the world that we should, you know, all the bleeding first. You send your money here, send your money there. I mean, it's true, but you'll go broke if you
and we are.
At least this country would if we tried to help everybody that needed help out there.
And we are.
And,
but what gets me is we're going broke helping those people and not our own people. I'd rather see
That's
us go in
exactly
debt,
right.
making sure that we're taking care of our people than sending it over to some people that
Well,
don't appreciate it, and it ain't gonna change their opinion of us in any way, shape, or form.
Well, dadgummit, we didn't have any money left in FEMA because what are we using those funds for? The border.
That's right.
We're taking care of those illegals that are coming across the border. You heard them say, "Well, we hope another storm doesn't hit because we ain't got no dollars left."
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where's that million come from, Joe?
Yeah.
That's what I'd stand up and say if I was one of those reporters.
Well,
Where'd you get that money to send over there to Angola? I know we get so much from Angola.
I also believe that our support of Ukraine was heavily dependent on the money laundering process of the Biden family. I think they were paid handsomely for their support of Ukraine, and I think that's just wrong. That's going wrong.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is this: Jimmy Carter, God bless his soul, has held on long enough to find out he wasn't the worst president in the United States.
That's right. You know what? That's how I'd go to my grave from that.
I did too. But I'm sitting here today going, there's no way I can put Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden in the same sentence, right?
No, he looks like the star student after the last couple ones.
Well, he's never going to look like Ronald Reagan, but he's a lot closer to that level than he was before Joe Biden.
You got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. All right. I'm listening. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. 604-485-9191. We'll get back to your phone calls after break. Your money now, followed by some of those local commercials. All right, so late Richard, what day today? 92. She passed away back in 2020. Of course, country music star Gary Allen, 57. The late entertainment icon Walt Disney was born on this day back in 1901. Of course, he passed away in 1966. Disney holds the record for the most Academy Awards earned by an individual, having won 22 Oscars.
I'm gonna tell you what, if they could hook him up to a generator right now, he's running in his grave so hard.
I know he is.
The house that Mouse built, ain't the house that he thought it was.
One of my favorite things when we go down to Disney World is going in his museum and just looking at all the history. I mean, where it all started, and some videos kind of make you tear up a little bit. Just his dream, where it's at now, it's make you go tears as well.
Well, given what they're doing to Snow White, which actually kicked this whole thing off.
Exactly,
it's a disaster.
We need to thank our friends up in Philadelphia at Doc's Toyota. Of course, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
That's right. I call them the shining city on the hill because they're up there and the lights are glaring and the light is bouncing off those good-looking new cars. They got Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, you name it. The pre-owned selection, everything affordable, top-line luxury in the pre-owned cars. And they have a service department that's unequal. You can take care of your car; they'll get it taken care of for you. They got all kinds of ways for you to get up there. You can go and actually go on the lot, look at what they've got from 8:30 to 6 p.m. for sales. Service is available from 9 a.m. to 3:30. That's Monday through Friday and Saturday. And you just go check them out on the site, or you can go online, docstoyota.com, and get it online up there. Or you can just do a call. Somebody be happy to talk to you about whatever you're looking for and tell you what they've got. The number 601-600-3786. And again, as you said, there is no deal.
Like a Doc's deal. I do want to remind folks about a pancake fundraiser that is coming up tomorrow morning from 7 until 2 in the afternoon. The Scottish Rite annual pancake fundraiser is happening tomorrow. Plates are $8 a piece. It's going to be over at the Meridian Masonic Lodge on 11th Street. Dine in or carry out free coffee and OJ when you dine in. Pancake sausage. They will deliver on 12 or more inside the city. Tickets are available at the door. Of course, the Meridian Scottish Rite Body Special Pancake Fundraiser proceeds will be raised in the area dyslexia program. So good benefit tomorrow morning, beginning at 7 and going until 2 tomorrow afternoon. Phone number for more information is 601-693-1465. So perfect way to spend your Friday morning there with some pancakes.
Go eat with those folks. Not to steal their thunder, we have announced the next time pancake which is the last Tuesday in February, February 25th. So you can, this will tide you over.
Be a little appetizer.
There you go. A couple weeks after Christmas, sort of cut back, and then you can splurge again on pancakes.
There you go. Let's go back to the phone line. Hey, caller. Good morning.
Y'all got Jimmy's way out. My favorite.
Food everywhere.
He's watering at the mouth and he's getting dressed. He's looking for a restaurant.
Exactly. I feel like I need to do penance, though, man. I can't believe I asked a kid if he was having birthday cake.
I know, that's hilarious.
Yeah, really. Y'all not going to remember this, but on Sunday evening, way back in my day, when I was a kid, The Wonderful World of Disney came on.
Oh, man.
It came on right after the Wild Kingdom when they were flying around and what's his name? The old guy was always saying, Jim's going to go down there and wrestle that water buffalo. I remember that.
Yeah, come get that alligator. I'll hold over here and watch. You got it, son. You got it.
That was the greatest show in the world that opened up before The Wonderful World of Disney.
There was one show on there about the scarecrow, and it was about a patriots fighting against the British back in the day. And scarecrows dressed up as scarecrows and had the British troops scared of them. The way they went. But anyway, it's just way back in the day.
They call those
But look,
flashbacks. They can,
Little Richard, architect of rock and roll.
Oh man.
And now, Paul.
Yeah.
What's known as the first real rock and roll song?
Oh, here we go.
And what do you? I mean, I know what I've read is what they think, but do you have any? What do you call the first real rock and roll song?
well, I mean, there's some argument. There's more than one. You know, I've read where people claim that Haley in the comments with "Rock Around the Clock" was the first true, but I actually go back further than that because I go back to Sister Rosetta Tharpe played electric guitar and played gospel music, and Elvis and Blue Suede Shoes. Drawing a blank right now.
What I've read,
Anyway,
and,
those guys actually saw her, and
this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but now the first part is the first song, and it's just what you think or what you read. Everybody's got different opinions.
Sure.
But Delta 88, Ike Turner and his band.
You know, here's what is missed out when you write Ike off for his bad behavior. In the early 50s, he actually was a producer of some guys that really came along and really laid the groundwork for what came later in the 50s.
Right.
Really.
One guy wrote that song and sang it. Ike didn't sing that song, but it was his band. He didn't get credit for Delta 88. This other guy got it.
Right.
Supposedly what they call. Maybe you can go out and break playing that song. It's a good song.
But there were several acts that Ike discovered and brought to record early on. Say, I'm talking 52.
They would go off and leave him because he was unable to work around more.
No,
and
that's very much true in the 60s. But I'm talking about in the very beginning as a producer, he really had an instrumental effect on laying the groundwork for what became rock and roll.
Right.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
All right,
appreciate it.
But you've also got to include some of the blues guys that invented slide guitar, because with that slide guitar, you have 70s rock.
Right.
So,
man, just looking up at Fox News a second ago, and we were talking about this during the break. Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody saw the story yesterday about the Supreme Court weighing in on the sex reassignment surgery for minors. Of course, the Tennessee decision that came down to outlaw that there in their state. Of course, that argument has since gone to the Supreme Court, and they had a pretty long hearing yesterday, a couple hours, maybe more. Just hearing some of the feedback from a couple of the justices, it just makes my head spin, especially the one about aspirin.
Yeah, well, embarrassing.
Unbelievable stuff yesterday up on the Supreme Court hill.
But I have a take on this that the Supreme Court could follow.
Yeah,
they overturned Roe v. Wade because they felt like these were matters that needed to be handled by the states.
Yeah,
I think this is the same issue.
I think so. I think so.
Tennessee should be allowed to do whatever Tennessee wants to do, because I've read the Constitution a bunch of times in my life, and I don't recall there ever being anything there about sex reassignment surgery or gender changes or anything like that. And the way the Constitution is written, if it's not expressly given to the federal government, if it's not a right expressly given to the federal government, it defers to the state. And I think that's the only position in my mind that makes sense for the Supreme Court to come down and say, we affirm their ban. The state has the right to do this, and let it go. And quite frankly, have you seen the guy that's arguing for the overturning?
Yeah.
I mean, he is on the verge of being a groomer. Some of the stuff that he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well, I think it's God, I didn't say that. Sorry.
You did. It's okay. I think we were all thinking that, but anyway. But yeah, as far as when the decision will be handed down, I don't know how long that takes. Whenever their next line of decisions comes out, because they just heard the arguments yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that given the questions that were being asked and the statements that were being made, it's pretty clear that it's going to fall between the conservative judges versus. I mean,
I think that's probably how it's going to roll. But then again, like you said, they're going to come back to the point of, hey, Roe v. Wade was overturned and the decision lies in the hands of the state. Would this be something that will go back to that? And to be honest with you, there's going to be a lot of states that are going to say not no, but just hell no to this. And there's going to be a handful that obviously will allow it.
Here's my take on this. You can't go get a tattoo till you're 18.
Yeah.
Right?
they're talking about gender surgeries for children,
for
babies, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, having voluntary mastectomies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talk about body art. We talk about tattoos. We talk about piercings. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to say, well, we're just going to turn a blind eye and let that go through. No, I think our job is to protect our kids. And that's one of the arguments that was made yesterday.
Just listening to some of the testimony yesterday, or the hearing rather, I was just like, we've gotten to this point here in 2024. And then hours later, the LPGA, you see that? The Women's Golf Association made a ruling yesterday. They are not allowing transgender individuals into the LPGA. I was like, even having to make that call is ridiculous enough. So,
wow, we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Going to take a break.
Always be the last one to raise his voice.
All right, welcome back into the show. Got about 5 minutes away from Glenn Beck coming in at 9, followed by Clay and Buck, who are doing an awesome job filling the shoes of Rush. Of course, got the great Sean Hannity at 2, and my man, Joe Pags at 5. Joe is the man.
I got to say, I really appreciated Clay and Buck playing Rush's story of Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's pretty
keeping
special.
Keeping that tradition alive.
Yeah, the reason I love Clay, I've actually listened to Clay before he joined that show. He was obviously in the sports world for a while. Of course, he founded Outkick, and he's done a lot of other great stuff. But they do a great job of paying homage to Rush, and just some of the bumper music and just the stuff that they still nod to Rush Limbaugh. So yeah, they'll be on the air coming up a little bit later on at 11. Before we wrap up the show this morning, I need to thank another good local person, and that is our good buddy Jeffrey Wilson. What is Jeffrey not involved in?
I don't know. I don't know, but he's been involved in a lot of stuff that I'm aware of. And I can tell you, as his friend, he's got a heart for service.
Yes.
I've worked with him side by side in the trenches for Pancake Jubilee that we mentioned earlier for, I don't want to say how many years it's been. But he does a great job there. He's involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He's out there amongst the folks and trying to help and make the world a better place. And you can't ask for more than that of any local business than to actually try to do the best job they can do, be honest with their clients, and actually try to improve the world they live in. That's a great endorsement for somebody, and I don't know when I can give you. Here's the deal you need to remember before you remember anything else, though. Is if you need home and auto insurance. You can save money by going to State Farm and let them bundle that together. You'd save an average of $800.
Wow.
Check that out. It's a lot of money. And Jeffrey Wilson is ready to help you. If he can help you, he will. If he can let you know, he's going to tell you straight up answers to your questions and really going to do everything in his power to make sure he can assist you the best deal you possibly can. He is, my friend, a good neighbor, just like they talk about. And you can give him a call today at 601-483-8253. That's 601-483-8253. Jeffrey Wilson, State Farm.
Reminder, folks, Sip and Shop downtown is happening later on, 5 until 8 in downtown Meridian. Member stores will open up their doors for a night of wine tasting and after-hours shopping with Sip and Shop downtown. $20 ticket purchase includes a ticket, wine glass, and 20% off downtown shops. Wine glass and tickets can be picked up outside of Over the Moon at 5 o'clock this evening. So that's going on in downtown, along with an evening with Robert St. John at the Max from 5 until 8. They're going to show that Adora Welty documentary before the dinner there tonight. That is a free event. Of course, the dinner is not free thereafter with Robert St. John. You got the Newton Christmas Parade tonight at 5 o'clock. And, of course, we mentioned the pancake fundraiser tomorrow morning over at the Masonic Lodge starting at 7 o'clock. So a lot of things going on in the community as Christmas season is a hustling and bustling right now.
It's coming at us like a freight train.
Really? There's so much going on.
I mean, the Christmas train come through, and I've been feeling it barreling down on us ever since.
Absolutely. Well, folks, have a great rest of your day. It's going to get a little chilly later on once that front completely moves through. You heard Matt Standard say 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It's going to be a little chilly out there later on. So, absolutely. Getting down into the 20s again tonight. So
do be careful out there, folks. Keep your head on a swivel and watch out for deer and all sorts of other potential dangers out there.
Read between the lines on that one. Folks, have a great day. Paul, appreciate you coming in today, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me come back.
Fantastic. Glenn Beck is up next. And, folks, what do we always say to wrap up the show? Buy local.
Stand up and be strong. Go the extra mile to be all right. Just remember.